Ryan McNichol in the connection here along with Dale Belovich, and Seahawks come in 0-2. The Rams come in 2-0. It'll be a new look to South Lakes tonight. He said they're going to have fewer people going both ways, try to get more use out of their personnel. Who are the people who are going to be filling in?
Well, Brian, the people that are going to be filling in will be depending on the game situation, but I think the idea for South Lakes is to take their smaller team and keep it fresh so that they can stay with the Rams tonight. Otherwise, they'll have a bunch of tired ball players by the end of the first quarter and a half, as they did with Lake Braddock.
They are a small team. You said there was 16 guys who weigh 200 or more pounds on Robinson's roster, and another, 10 that are 195 or more?
That's correct. They're a big team. They're an older team compared to South Lakes, who has maybe 5 or 6 guys that top the 200 range. And South Lakes is a real young ball club. A lot of sophomores and juniors.
Over the national anthem from the nice chorale from Robinson here. One of the big differences between these programs is illustrated there during the national anthem, though. Robinson had guys standing side by side from the 30 to about the 22-yard line, covering about 50, almost 50 yards on the field. South Lakes was standing just as far apart, and their guys went from the 40 to the 42, covering about 18 yards. So that gives you a difference in what's going on here. Robinson, a huge team, both in numbers and in size. South Lake's a small, young team, both in numbers and in size. And it's an uphill battle for the Seahawks. What do you think they have to do to establish themselves early?
Well, what they're going to have to do is try to establish the run against the Rams, and then use that as the springboard for a passing attack, which they developed late in the last game against Wakefield.
Well, they're going to get the ball first, it looks like. Robinson's going to kick off to them. Last week there was some discussion in the locker room after the game. Some of the guys were saying they wanted to try to establish the pass first for South Lakes. Coach Graham said, as long as I'm the boss here, we'll establish the run first. So I expect that's what will happen tonight.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to try to dictate to the coach how to run the game. But he does listen to his players, and you might see some changes tonight that you don't expect.
Deep, we have, looks like Kevin Bulware on the far side.
Yes, and
Clay in the middle, and Kevin Winston to the near side. South Lakes gets ready to kick off. Number 10, John Lifford.
Yeah, Lifford for the Rams kicking off the South Lakes. They're going to get the ball first.
Two good returns last week that really helped them. That was to the 15, and that's an up man.
It looks like
Winston there.
Yeah, Kevin Winston.
He's out across the 25 to the 26, an 11-yard return to start the game. So it's first down for South Lakes at its own 26-yard line.
About 26. Tackle made in there by number 45, a fellow named Perry Melvin, who's 6'2", 200 pounds on the special team.
And now Clay split out on first down. Maybe the players want some of this discussion, but it's a handoff in the backfield, and that is Giroux pounding across the 30. They had a little better luck running left than right.
Well, they have some more experienced players on the left-hand side. You got Belovich on the left guard over there, and they run Darren Bell on the left tackle sometimes, so they've both been there before.
I was going to ask if you knew any of those guys on the left side.
Well, that's
really good.
I know one of them very well, and I get debriefed after every game when I go home. That ball was carried in there by Giroux again, only up the right side, and looks like he gained maybe a yard on the play.
Third and 4 for South Lakes at the 32-yard line. Big problem for the Seahawks has been that they've been slow starters. They haven't scored a point in the first 3 quarters, neither of their 2 games, and they've had some been really stopped in the first half. Now Clay wide to the near side again. Quick drop, quick throw, and it's incomplete. Almost intercepted. Big battle there for the ball between Kevin Winston and Roman Nelson of Robinson, and it brings up 4th down.
Roman Nelson.
Hey, you may have been right. There may have been some influence there by the players running the man Clay wide on the right. And the pass was there, just good coverage by the Rams.
Kordiak is the punter.
Ryan Kordiak back to kick for the Seahawks.
Averaged 30.6 on 3 punts last week.
For the Rams.
It's a high kick. This is a big booming kick. It hits on the 25 and rolls backward, and it's taken at the 16-yard line by number 24, Ray Sanders, and he moves upfield to the, looks like just beyond the 31-yard line.
Sanders returns, knocked out of bounds by number 6.
There's a replay here. The excellent kick by Kordiak. Sanders had to wait till it came in the bounce, comes up his left side, eludes a couple of tacklers, and finally is taken out by number 60, Craig Ambadati. So they're starting now, Brian, on their own 30, it looks like.
Back to throws the quarterback Messenger, and it's complete on 1st down to number 89, Jonathan Doda. He's the number 1 receiver for Robinson through 2 games. It's going to be a quick out here, and then tell us what happens.
Well, he got a pass over to Doda, who was finally brought down in there by, looks like number 58, Belovich, coming out from the line. Brings up a 1st down, and Rams driving on their own 45. Handoff up the left side.
Sanders, he can run all day. He is pushed out of bounds from the 31-yard line.
Robert Clay on the tackle, but that was a good...
It's going to be a 24-yard gain, so 38 yards in 2 plays for a
23-yard gain.
There's just a straight handoff to the tailback.
He gets gapped, and the guy gets to the outside, and thank goodness for the speed of Clay, or he could have gone even further. So it's 1st down and first trip into South Lakes territory at the 31-yard line.
Robinson to the 2-back offense.
Pitch to Sanders. He's got room to run again.
Out over the right side, cuts it up inside, and looks like about, they may have another 1st down, Brian.
He's very close to it. Key play on that is the block over there by Doda. He stands up the defensive back, I think it was Clay, that was straight up on him, and Doda just stood him up, never let him make a move to contain that play, and Sanders was able to gain yardage until the backside help got there. 9-yard gain there, and 2nd and 1 at the South Lakes 22.
South Lakes is in a 6-man line, 2-linebacker defense.
Bell up to get that one.
Tackle in there by Belovich on a straight handoff up the middle. Another helped in there by Darren Bell. Now, Bell is going on defense only tonight, according to Coach Grauman.
He's one of the ones that was taken off and going both ways, right?
Yeah, they had about 8 players last week started going both ways, but this week it's only 3.
3rd and 1 now for Robinson at the 22-yard line of South Lakes. Option again. Sanders, 1st down and much more across the 15 to the 10 down to about the 8-yard line. He's tackled by Darren Bell.
On that option, looked like... Well, we'll take a look at it here. The
14-yard gain.
Quarterback comes out of there, comes over, options it out. Center or the defensive end had to take quarterback. Nobody out there to back him up.
Seahawks are really getting pinned inside on those options. They're not getting to the corner to support that at all here in the early going. I formation again. This time Messam will throw, and it is incomplete through the hands of Kevin Winston at the goal line.
Messam's pass.
That time they used really a kind of a play-action pass to freeze those linebackers, but Kevin Winston saw it coming, got a hand in there.
Just 2nd and 8 at the 8. Looks like they got about a yard on the spot there. Take them any way you can get them, huh?
Well, sometimes the centers will give you a yard when they get down there.
First quarter, 7.5 minutes to go. 0-0 here, but Robinson driving. Pitch to Sanders. He's inside the 5.
Sanders been the force for the Rams tonight.
Stopped again by number 54, Darren Bell.
Take another look at that. This time,
About 5.
just a straight pitch back to the outside. Good blocking up front, and
Good hit in there by Clay to get him on the ground before he...
Clay hadn't been out there tonight in the last couple of plays. Why, we already have a score, Brian, I believe.
3rd down from the 3. Big play for the Seahawks if they could stop him here. This is probably 4-down territory. Option again. Now the quarterback, Messam, turns it up himself and scores untouched. 6-0 Robinson.
A good option by the quarterback. Fake throws the number 24 in there. Like the cornerback had moved up and kept it himself for the last 3 or 4 yards. So 6-0.
Zach Brown will try the extra point. Robinson uses a different kicker for the extra point than it does for the field goal, and that kick is low driving kick and not good. So it's 6-0.
Kick is no good.
With 6:51 to go in the first quarter. A quick touchdown. What does that do to him?
Well, it's going to have to open up the offense a little bit. I think maybe they're going to have to pass a little quicker than Coach Grauman anticipated, but it's still early in the game, and we've seen South Lakes give up some early touchdowns and then tighten up. So remain to be seen here the rest of the first quarter.
Not only, that's the one thing I was going to bring up, not only has South Lakes not scored till late in the game, given up some big points early last week. 18 points in about the first 14 minutes of the game at Wakefield, and now 6 tonight here in the first quarter.
Well, the coach probably feels that they're not quite yet focused when they get out there, but it seemed like they started out right on the game plan. We'll see if they can get a good run back here. Clay has been excellent all year so far. Coming back, not sure what his average is, but I'd say it's probably in the area of 25 yards on kickoff return.
He had 2 of more than 30 yards last week at Wakefield. This is a bouncer up to Kevin Winston at the 23. He returned the last one, and he is short of the 30.
Hit in there by the entire middle of that Ram special teams. And
I think the coaches of the northern region have decided that Clay is not going to beat him on kickoff returns.
Well, last week, Grauman was very successful in hiding Clay in the middle, Brian.
That's right. He moved him around 2 or 3 times. We pointed that out. And, tried to get him to the depth that the Wakefield kicker would kick the ball.
There we go with the 2-back offense.
Shoots in the pitch. The second man is Giroux trying to get to the end. He gets up to about the 29-yard line.
And he's brought down in there by number 32, Pat Schlingen, 200-pound senior linebacker, fullback.
Hit by Chris Segano, and
it looks like really didn't gain anything. Maybe lost. It looks like it's about 2nd and 10.
A long 10 for the Seahawks. Now they'll do I formation, unbalanced line right. Wing to the left side is Clay. Now he's out in the route, and they'll throw to the back man Winston, and it hits him, and he can't hang on.
Kodiak's pass intended for
Pass just a little bit behind Winston. He had to turn on it.
from their own
Brings up a
29.
3rd and 10. The Rams look like they're going with a 4-4 defensive arrangement here. They have some large linemen down there. Number 74 in the middle. He's 255 and 6'3".
Robinson, one of the top defensive linemen in the region. Now Kordiak rolling left and throwing deep. He has Winston right through his hands. If he catches that, it might be 6 points.
That pass was an excellent pass, going off to his left. A real hard one to throw for Kordiak because he has to stop and turn against his normal right-handed release. But it was there.
Had it right on the money.
For the Seahawks from their own 29.
So 4th and 10, Kordiak will punt.
Ray Sanders back deep for the Rams.
Ray Sanders and Roman Nelson deep for Robinson.
Last time, Kordiak got an excellent punt.
52 yards on his first kick, but this is a low liner, and it's taken at the 41 of the up man Nelson. He moves to the near side, and he's knocked down on about the 46-yard line.
He's brought down there by James Yeager. Now, Yeager is one of the captains who's been out for the last 2 games with a back injury, and this is his first real playing time for the regular season.
Rams on their own 46.
We got 1st and 10 on 46 for the Rams. See if they go back to Sanders, who's been their workhorse.
6-0 Robinson, about 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
A little movement on the line there by the Seahawks. Looks like offsides. Wait for the call here. Yep, offsides.
That's the encroachment rule. You know, now the NFL has adopted the high school rule. The only people that don't play with the encroachment rule are college now.
Well, it's one of those rules that it's about time they probably made it consistent throughout all 3 levels of football.
Right, and it's the fair rule, too. If you're over, now it looks like someone's lined up offside, so who's over's on this side. If they don't flag it and the pass is complete, it's from Messam, the number 83, David Dress.
David Dress.
Complete.
Take a look at that again, Brian.
Like a little dump pattern here.
Yeah, just a little quick pass to the tight end, Dress.
Winston up to make a big hit on it. You'll remember that. And it is enough for a first down, 7-yard gain. So it's first down for Robinson at the South Lake's 42-yard line. That's the 4th first down for the Rams already.
Talking to the Robinson coaches, they say that Sanders will run about 95% of the plays.
Straight ahead, that's the up man, Slimgan.
Up the gut.
Gain on that one of about 4 or maybe 5 yards.
Stopped by number 58, David Belovich.
Tackle in there by number 58,
Gain of about
Belovich.
5. Second and
Brings
5
up a
for the
2nd and
Rams.
5 for
37-yard line
the Rams.
of the Seahawks.
On that defensive line, looks like besides Belovich and Bell, you have number 81, J.B. Hodgson on the defensive right end. We'll catch the others in a minute.
Inside handoff, second man through. That's Sanders.
Sanders is stopped in there by
Like 66 on the bottom of the pile.
Yeah, that was Servia. He's been coming in. He's one of the new men that you were asking about. He's replacing Bell on the defensive left side, and they move Bell over to the right defensive tackle.
And now a third down for Robinson, 3rd and 4 at the 36.
Set up here, you expect possibly a pass, but go to that
Pitch to Sanders. He's got room to run. Winston misses him. He's finally hustled out of bounds over there by Antoine Winston.
Antoine Winston, the last man to beat.
Not before he gained 16 yards and a first down. First down.
Take again, look here. It's just Just a real direct, straight pitch.
First and 10 Rams.
Sanders' speed gets him outside, and
Hodgson comes up and takes the quarterback and then forces the pitch, but there's no support coming up.
and have to work on that, make an adjustment before this quarter's up.
Throw out now by Messam. He's looking upfield, throwing deep, the end zone, and number 83, David Dress, can't get there.
Good coverage that time by Kevin Winston. He stayed between the receiver and the ball, and there wasn't a chance for that one to be completed. So, 2nd and 10.
See, Winston and Clay give South Lakes, that's one thing, people try to run on them because it's tough to pass on them. It's two good defensive backs back there.
Well, Clay was one of the all-region players last year, and picked early this year to do it again. So they tried to throw against Kevin Winston. He's about 6'4", and he's got very long arms. He plays basketball over at South Lakes. It's tough for him to get that ball over the top.
2nd and 10 at the 20. I formation behind Messam. Unbalanced to the right. The handoff is Sanders, and he is up beyond the 20 here, the 15, down to the 16-yard line.
And he stopped in there by number 51, Chad McKnight, one of
Stopped
the
by number 51, Chad McKnight, and 66, Daniel.
See here, they get the Seahawks are pushed back to this side on that play.
Yeah, the Rams got off the line really well that time, and Chad McKnight, the middle linebacker, finally had to make the play.
Passing formation looks like twins with somebody in the slot. It's almost like a trip formation.
It's almost a trip formation.
They'll throw back the other way, where they get one-on-one coverage, and it is
no good.
Incomplete.
That one was intended for 89, Jonathan Duda, and it was right in his arms, but a good hit over there.
Broken up by number 20, Lynn Coe.
Lynn Coe, number 20, one of the linebackers.
4th down for Robinson.
Brings up that 4th down and about 6, right?
From them, the way that they've been getting yardage in chunks tonight, I go for it. See Coach Grauman there, getting his defense set for this play. It's going to be I formation.
I would say that the way they've been running the left side, I would look for something coming up this side.
And you got it. Sanders, 1st down, down inside the 5-yard line.
There's that.
Darren Bell brings him down.
Bell brings him down, but there's that option.
Darren Bell and number 21.
And take a look at it again here from ground level. Here it is, fake to the front back, pitch out to Sanders.
13-yard gain. 1st and goal.
Had to be brought down by Bell and Kevin Winston after
Seahawks 3-yard
substantial
line.
gain.
You almost wonder if it wouldn't be better to make them play the pitch guy, huh? I mean, make them play the quarterback.
Well, that's right. I think we may see a change in that. Handoff up there to number 21, Kingsford Agamble.
Stopped by number 58.
Belovich in there on the stop after a gain of about a yard.
Gain of about a yard. Make it 2nd and goal from the 2.
So we got South Lakes needs to hold here. If they can hold, it could change this whole game around.
Well, you're not kidding. This is a big series for them. Ball down 12-0 again, or 13-0 here. They'd be thinking a lot about last week, and this ain't no Wakefield. One's left again, and he is into the end zone. So that's 2 touchdowns tonight from Messam.
There's that same play, quarterback option, and this time he decided to keep it.
55-12, South Lakes.
Again, we're going to have to take a look at it from ground level, but you'll see the quarterback taken to the first man through, then decides to go up between the tackle and the defensive end for the 2nd touchdown.
That time, I guess that's what happens when the end stays outside and contains instead of thinking the quarterback turns it up, burns it himself.
Well, that's what you're talking, and maybe you ought to do that. But down there around the 2-yard line, it's hard to say. If you get it out in the middle and force him to take it a couple of times, take a couple of hits, it might change the whole atmosphere.
He's getting a hit every time, right?
He's getting hit. Here they're trying for 2. And no good. They overthrew the receiver in the end zone, so the score still remains 12-0. So they haven't been successful on their extra points, either with kicking or running. So there's a positive.
I think South Lakes has had going for it in the last 6 touchdowns scored against it. They've had 1 extra point made, extra point defenses.
Maybe they need to take a look at what they're doing on that one and bring it out here to the middle.
55 seconds left in the first quarter. Robinson has a 12-0 lead. You see Messon over there.
South Lakes.
And some instructions on the Robinson bench.
And it looks like we have the same receivers in the back there. We have Clay in the middle, Bower over on the left-hand side of the receiving team, and Maurice Giroux
on this side.
Yeah. We'll see if they go back to Kevin Winston again. The last 2 kicks have been to Winston.
He's looking that way again. Here it is, another Highland. They're going to go deeper this time, and they have Boulware at the 10-yard line.
Boulware at 10 and shakes a tackler at the 20, but swarmed under there at the 21-yard line.
Kevin Boulware.
Well, the Seahawks will start on their own 21 here. Let's take a look at that.
It's another, this looks like a lot of plays at the line of scrimmage. If you'll notice, the defensive Robinson gets behind the blockers pretty quick. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 guys there finally making the tackle there.
23-yard line.
Well, it looked like Clay, because he slipped, couldn't get behind the wall and paid the price for it that time. We have split to the right and left, handoff up the middle to Giroux, and no place to go.
Hero stopped by Segano and Schlimgen.
Segano and Schlimgen on the tackle.
2nd and 12 for the Seahawks.
They lost, in fact.
Looks like
2
a
yards.
loss of about 2 yards there. The 2nd and 12 for South Lakes at the 21.
Well, they tried going with the pass, and a couple of missed catches put them down into running game again. See what they go this time.
Have to hurry to get a play off here in the first quarter. They do. And it's off the left side.
Looks like about
Giroux again.
2 yards for Giroux, stopped by the right linebacker in there.
Stopped by Wilson.
Looks like he's about where he
Last play of the first quarter. Score at the end of 1 period.
That's about a 3-yard gain there. So it's 3rd and 9, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. Another first quarter nightmare, though, for South Lakes.
Well,
they trail 12-0, and we'll be back for the second quarter after this.
At the end of 1 period, Annandale 7, Oakton 0.
In a recent worldwide educational test, the United States didn't rank first
Korea,
or second
Taiwan,
or even third.
Switzerland,
It seems while the rest of the world raised their educational standards,
Scotland, Slovenia,
we didn't.
Spain,
So we came in 14th,
the United States.
and 14th is no place for our kids to be. Call 1-800-96-PROMISE, and we'll give you lots of ways to help our kids move forward again.
Welcome back to Robinson High School for the second quarter of tonight's game between South Lakes and Robinson. Rams up 12-0 after a quarter. South Lakes with no first downs and 7 total yards. Robinson already has a back with Ray Sanders with 81 yards rushing and has 114 total yards and 6 first downs. It's 3rd and 9 now for South Lakes at the 24-yard line. And Kordiak has his team up to the line of scrimmage. He looks to throw. The pass is almost intercepted. Clay looked like he was thinking tackle rather than catch there.
We'll take a look at it on the replay here. Kordiak's pass was underthrown, and the big linebacker dropped back. Clay had to turn into a defensive back and knock it out of there.
Very close to offensive pass interference. And now Kordiak on to punt for the 3rd time already tonight.
Kordiak's had, well, this is the second very good punt.
It's taken at the 47 by Sanders. He's back upfield, and he's to the South Lakes 40, so the return is 13 yards.
Yeah, he's tripped up in there by, looked like number 67, Derek Kalenga.
First and 10 Rams.
So they'll be starting on their own on South Lakes 40.
South Lakes 40, 11:45 to go in the half. 29-yard punt for Cordiak. First one was 52 yards tonight.
The South Lakes defense is still in their six-man line.
Messon rolling right to throw. And he is going to be dragged down. A good defensive play from South Lakes.
Yeah, number 20 sneaking in there, Lynn Coe.
Right to the pass. Finds no one, tries to run.
This time, the quarterback's coming off to the right, unbalanced line to the right, looking to throw it, but nobody to throw it to, and Lynn Coe stops him, and then Belovich tops him off. So
Coe gets the sack there, but Jeffers makes a big play. Number 24 there, turning him back in. The loss is 5 yards for Robinson. So it's 2nd and 15 at the 45.
Now got a balanced line. Pass play coming over there. Quick drop at number 89, it looks like out there. Yeah, 89. Jonathan Duda, who's been kind of a key receiver for key target, was a little in front of him, and so it's still 2nd and 15.
Best series of the game so far for the South Lakes defense is 3rd and 15.
The Rams made most of their yardage up the left side in the first quarter, now trying it on the right side.
And there's movement.
Movement on the right-hand side. Looked like the defensive end jumped.
Question is going to be if he was drawn.
Well,
And he was not. So that's 2 of those on South Lakes here in the early going. Not a good time for one. They were starting to get things rolling. Defensively, they had
3rd and 10 for the Rams.
had that 3rd and 15. Now that brings it back to 3rd and 10. So if they hold true to form here for the Rams, they're going to be looking for that option to the Sanders on the left-hand side.
I was going to say it makes the run a viable choice here again.
Right.
3rd and 15, just about have to throw. And it's going to be a give-off to Sanders. And he is going to have the first down. And he's finally turned back in. Looks like Kevin Winston over there. And,
that time it was a straight handoff up off the...
Winston.
See, it comes in here up off the right side of the defensive line through the tackle guard hole. Just a straight couple of good moves by Sanders. Slowed up and finally stopped by Kevin Winston, but not before they got that first down.
Pat George and Cal Woolrab with good blocks on that one for Robinson. 14-yard gain on a 3rd and 10, so it's first down at the 26. And the option by the quarterback, he kept it.
Number 58, David Belovich.
I believe that's the first time.
7-yard gain, stopped again by Belovich on the left-hand side, but it's still 2nd and 3.
2nd and long 3 for the Rams.
Looks like Eric Hamilton's coming off the field. Still got Sanders in the backfield. This time it's a wide tackle 6, it looks like.
Now the up back, and he's got big yards across the 15 down to about the 13. That's Slender.
Again, right up the middle.
Chad McKnight.
Stopped in there by the middle linebacker, number 51, Chad McKnight.
Gain of 6.
Looks like Belovich is in there again.
First down on the 14.
On the 14-yard line of the Seahawks.
That is 8 first downs in the first half here for Robinson.
Seahawks just have not been able to stop that running game. Again.
Up back again. He's down inside the 5, down to about the 3-yard line before Kevin Winston.
Slimgan carries. Stopped by number 15.
Slimgan, or was that?
Going to see a big surge here that the Robinson line's getting. They're making that gap, and the Seahawks are just out of the picture until he's had 10 or 15 yards up the field.
Right, that big running back, Schlemgen, 6 feet, 200 pounds, is pulling his way right up the middle.
11-yard gain for him. And it's first and goal on the 3.
Hand off again to Schlemgen.
He's into the end zone.
This time he's into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Again, you'll see the big surge here. Robinson just blowing them back off the ball. See that sea of blue shirts go forward. Schlemgen in behind them. Just safe, straight ahead ball carry. And it's 18-0 for Robinson.
Well, here we go again for another point after. This time a kick instead of the two-pointer, and
it's good. Zach Brown's kick is good, and it's 19-0. 8:35 to go in the half.
Robinson 19, South Lake 0.
Looking at the reason for the ability for them to get off the ball so quickly, that Robinson front line is very big, and they're going against the smaller South Lake's defensive line, and right now they're winning right at the line of scrimmage. South Lakes wants to get back in this game. They're going to have to start taking over the line of scrimmage and stopping that surge up the middle.
When the other team's just demonstrably bigger than you, which is, I guess, the case here, what do you do? How do you do that?
Well, I think the only thing you can do, you can't go head-on-head with them because they're so much bigger. You start doing some stunning. Unfortunately, every once in a while, when you get caught in a stunt, it leaves a big hole. But you may see South Lakes do some more blitzing, trying to get into the backfield quicker so that they can break up that handoff and destroy that offensive surge.
Now Clay will get the return one. He takes it at the 10, moves upfield. He is up near the 30 and beyond the 30, it looks like.
50 yards, returned by Clay.
Looks like he was stopped in there by Pete Bixler, another 200-pounder.
The first down for South Lakes on that 31-yard line. Seahawks have 7 total yards and no first downs. Last week in the second half, Robinson's defense allowed West Potomac 1 yard of rushing.
Still have Kordiak back behind the center and Giroux at tailback.
And this is Giroux over left tackle, and there's not much there.
Now Giroux stopped in there by Schlemgen again. Maybe a yard.
Melvin as well.
Euro carries. Stopped by Melvin and Campbell.
No gain. 2nd and 10. 2nd and long
Second
again.
and 10.
You expect that South Lakes is probably going to have to start throwing a little bit more. And this time they have to have the receivers catch those passes. Those 2 passes were very well thrown.
Double tight power eye, and he'll fake and roll. And he shoots a pass upfield, and it's too long.
Not quite sure whether that was intended for Giroux or for number 84, Earp.
Complete.
It's like Earp. He is on the time. And Kordiak, who missed his first 7 last week, has missed his first 5 tonight. It's 3rd and 10. That's a 31.
Last week, Kordiak was missing from, they were his fault the first 7, but this one had 2 or 3 of them should have been caught already.
That's right. That's Clay almost had it, made a good grab behind him. Falls incomplete. It's going to be 4th and 10. He'll drop back to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Kordiak out there drops back about 15 yards. Last time, I believe, he had a 30-yard punt. First one was 52. Let's see what happens in this one.
Low snap, but he's up with it. It's a low driving kick. Sanders takes on his 35. Back up the right side. He's at midfield. He's at the 40. He's got 1 man to beat, but he's knocked out of bounds.
Kordiak had to make the tackle. Sanders got to the outside. There was a wall of Rams there, but Kordiak is able to get in there. Take a look at the wall as it forms.
28-yard return.
Sanders takes it.
First and 10.
Big wall, setting up, good blocks.
37-yard
Kordiak,
line
the last
of the
man to
Seahawks.
beat, and actually saves another score.
It's a net 6 yards on the punt, low driving punt, and Robinson starts at the South Lakes 37. They move the ball 6 yards on that punt. Messon to throw. It's complete. That's Doda.
Messon's pass.
Oh, it's 34.
Complete.
Jeff Plato.
34.
Plato's
Platos.
very close to a first down.
Very close to a first down. It is.
Yep, they call it a first down, so it's first and 10 on the, let's call it the 26.
11-yard gain.
Just inside the 27-yard line of the Seahawks. First and 10, Robinson.
Give off the up man. It's number 42.
42, Allen.
Herencia.
Herencia.
Carry. Stopped by number 51, McKnight.
Knight
Gain of
on
5.
the tackle, gain of 5. The Rams taking
Second
big
5
chunks of
to the
yardage on each
Ball
series.
just outside the 22-yard line.
Creating some huge holes up there in the front. Second down and 5 at the 21. 6:15 to go in the half. Robinson already up 19-0. Receivers split to either side. I formation behind Messon. He'll throw to the corner, and it is a touchdown to number 34, Jeff Plato.
For the touchdown.
Beautiful touch on that pass, going some 30 yards into.
23-yard touchdown pass for the Rams.
See Messon here, he just drops back. Plenty of time to throw, no rush. And
Touch pass, and there's nothing really with that kind of time to get ready. There's nothing Antoine Winston can do there, and it's 25-0.
now let's see how they do on the extra point. Made 1 for 3 tonight. Kicking. Bad snap over the holder's head, but he looks like he's trying to throw. He throws, but it's incomplete. So for the third time tonight, they've missed the extra point. South Lakes is probably wishing that they played the rest of the game that way.
The only time they seem to make a mistake.
Slimgen incomplete. With 6:01 remaining in the second quarter, Robinson.
Here in the second quarter, 6:01 remaining, and South Lakes has dug a very big hole for itself. Needs to come back now, else it's going to be a very long night.
Platos, we hadn't heard from him at all, and then 2 catches in a row for 32 yards and the touchdown.
Nero and Clay once again back to the scene for
Have the same receivers back for South Lakes.
Once again on the kick for the
Got
Rams.
Kevin Winston and number 25, Kaikor Sawyer, a couple of the up men.
Through 2 games before tonight, Messon was 6 of 11 for 50 yards. Tonight, he is 4 of 7 for 52. So this is his best night of the season as well. Kickoff is a low driving one. It is Winston again.
Low driving kick to Winston. Winston waiting for the blockers to form. He's up so close and
Winston
didn't get a good
on the return.
start on that return. Stopped there right on the 30.
Return.
Like the thing to do there, you got to try to build up some momentum, right?
Yeah, that really the only way they're going to get back those kickoffs is by just taking right off. If that people are not forming in the front, you're going to have to take and make your own way. That's but Kevin is not the primary kick returner either.
Well, he has been the last couple of weeks. People have learned that school is out on that one. Now trips for the Seahawks to the top of your screen there. 1 back behind Kordiak, and he will throw that way. And it's short, incomplete, intended for Clay.
Kodiak's pass
On the
intended
coverage
for
over
Clay.
there.
Good coverage.
For 33, Demetrius Pope.
Demetrius Pope, good coverage, stayed between the receiver and the ball. Clay didn't have a chance to get to it, so it's 2nd and 10. Positive on that play for South Lakes is that their blocking for the pass was good. Didn't get into Kordiak's face when he was throwing it.
Trips again to the near side. 5:44 to go in the half. The handoff is up the opposite side. Kykor Sawyer.
Kykor Sawyer gets about 5 yards on that up the left side between the guard and the tackle.
About 5, make it 3rd and 5 for the Seahawks.
A good call there, 3rd and 5. Nice sneaky little run and play when everybody's looking the other way.
Well, you can believe that the Rams are going to be thinking pass most of the time, but Coach Grauman is going to keep them off balance, mixing the passes and the run.
Now, I formation, Kordiak under pressure, and he throws out of bounds incomplete. He's just getting rid of it. Nearest guy to it was Clay on the far side, and it brings up 4th and 5. And Kordiak will have to punt again.
The big rush that time, it looked like number 91, Brent Mueller.
Flag on the play. Kordiak's pass.
Looked like a stun or a blitz or something, because he came through mostly unblocked.
Preliminary signal grounding.
Well, they called Kordiak for grounding on that play.
That's a harsh call, because Clay was in the neighborhood. It looked like he was actually trying to get the ball to Clay. He was running sideways. He was never able to plant his foot and throw it upfield, but they're going to be penalized. That's a loss of down penalty as well. So,
yeah, I think that time that was a pretty close call on behalf of the referee there. He was being chased, but there was a man there in the vicinity.
Down for the Seahawks.
But sometimes you get the calls and sometimes you don't,
On their own 14-yard line.
not really a time when they need a lot of bad breaks.
No, they could have used the call the other way. Kordiak's going to have to punt. The 4th and looks like 25.
26 is what I... Someone who agrees with us sticking their head.
It's good to be agreed with.
Yeah. It's bound to happen sometime, huh?
Well, it looks like there's a timeout on the field. Seahawks called timeout.
And I believe that's going to be there. They'd like to get a few moments of discussion here. I see Coach Grauman on the field there. Tune in next Sunday. This time we'll have Jefferson at South Lakes, the Concord District opener for the Seahawks. And then the week after that, it'll be South Lakes at Centerville, another Concord, the first ever district meeting between those two teams. And the week after that, it'll be Oakton at South Lakes. Seahawks, I mean, Cougars struggling even more than the Seahawks here in the early going.
Well, it's going to be interesting this year in the Concord District. Many of the teams have played each other in preseason games and some scrimmage games, but they've seldom played each other head up. I know next week neither South Lakes nor Jefferson has played each other ever before, so it'll be interesting. And Jefferson's without their big passer from last year.
That's right.
Kordiak on to punt.
And he shanked that one. That's not going to be a good kick at all. And it's going to roll dead on about the 30-yard line. He's going to get 16 yards on that punt.
16-yard punt.
4:56 to go in the first half, and Robinson will take over at the South Lakes 30-yard line. It's been a long time since they've even been on the Robinson end of the field. I'm looking here. That's a whole page. Last time the ball was in Robinson territory, there wasn't even a play run. There was a penalty, and there was 5:19 to go in the first quarter.
Got the same setup. First man through, carrying the ball looks like number 42, I guess it is. That's Alan Herencia.
Ball carried by number 42, Alan Herencia, stopped by number 21, Robert Clay.
Herencia down to the 22-yard line. Anybody can do it behind this kind of surge, and you can run these holes.
They've found that they can go now right up the middle instead of going out to the outside, so they're mixing it up.
Quick count. Messon drops the ball. Now it's
Messon drops the ball, picks it back up. They stopped in there by Belovich. Take a look at this. He,
Back to the line of scrimmage for no
I don't think he
gain.
ever has the,
I think he ever gets, no, he
no, he
dropped.
doesn't have the snap. Gets up, and he's still, you know, it's just Robinson's luck tonight, up 25-0 here in the second quarter, that even out of a fumble and a broken play, they get no gain.
That's right.
No loss on it. Doesn't cost them anything except the down. It's 3rd and 2. If you're going to waste a down, that's where you waste one.
Again, right up. Oh, he
the pitch
faked it as pitch over there to number 22.
Another new back. We're going to have a score sheet nightmare tonight. Victor Imo.
Antoine Winston.
Stopped by Winston, but not until he made the first down.
First down, gain of about 3.
Looks like we're going to see some...
First and 10 for Robinson on the 19-yard line.
Robinson looks like they're going to start running in a lot of their ball players, but they have, it looks like, about 66 or 70 players to South Lake's varsity roster of only 25, so they can utilize their people against South Lake. Again, a handoff.
Imo again, 4 or 5 more yards off the...
Imo carries over the left side.
Down inside the 15, about the 13-yard line, 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5.
Just straight power football right now for the Rams.
Gain of
Not
5,
taking any
2nd and 5
chances.
for the Rams.
Clock moving along inside 2.5 minutes to go in the first half now. 25-0 Robinson. Receiver split to both sides. And the quarterback Messon hangs on and swirls down to about the 10-yard line.
Messon on a keeper.
Time. Take a look here.
This South Lakes, this is as good a job as they've done all night of playing the option here. So they Messon, they kind of confuse him on whether he wants to pitch or keep.
Well, that's right. And then Kykor gets in there and stops him. The defensive end actually made that play. He kept him from pitching into the wide man, and then one of the down linemen was in there to force him to go upfield. So the best play they've had tonight, stopping that option play.
3rd and 2 at the 10. Here's a nice one for South Lakes to stop here, just to get their feet on the ground, get under them.
It looked like, I'd guess they're going to go to the up man again, the way they've been running. Fake to the up man, though, and
it's Imo again, and I believe he has the first down.
the option is confusing South Lake's defense, but they're handling it much better now than they did in the beginning of the game.
Also, it's really two things coming at you. It's a defense that, offense that presses the corners of the defense.
Timeout, South Lake.
And it is it's also, they're, like as you were saying earlier, getting whooped at the line of scrimmage right now.
Well, for them to stop that option, they're going to have to hit that quarterback, send somebody in there and force him to pitch, and then that outside, the end is just going to have to turn that in.
There's two guys that have to come up and give that support there on the corner too.
South Lakes seems to be learning each game how to deal with some of these different offensive arrangements that the teams have had. This is really the first option team that they've faced this year, and it seems like the 6-man line will work, but they've got to come up with some cornerbacks to help too.
Robinson cheerleader, they're having a good time. This has been a charge timeout to South Lakes. This is what the break in the action here is. First down and goal on the 8-yard line. I formation is still Messon, the starting quarterback. Behind him, though, two new backs, Herencia and Imo. And that is Imo.
Imo off the left side, second back through. Chad McKnight in there, but missing the tackle. And gets into the backfield for like another
About 4.
That's 4 yards.
Second and goal from the 3 for the Rams.
just the size of that Rams line is probably averages 25 pounds more than the defensive line for South Lake.
Final minute of the first half now, 50 seconds to go. Inside, the up back. Herencia is down to about the 1 yard line. Robinson, if they want to score here, and probably wouldn't be a bad idea for them in terms of, anything you can do in the first half, the other team can do in the second half. Is going to have to hurry here. Herencia down. You see the big surge that Robinson gets here on the line. They stand everybody up, and the up guy gets down just with about a half a yard out of the end zone. 3rd and 1. And a dive for the touchdown. That's Messon again. That's his 3rd touchdown of the night.
Messon again with the big surge on that offensive line. Just take a look at it on the ground level. They get the surge, and Messon just goes over the top. In order to stop that, you need some linebackers that are about 250 who can come right into the man's face and drive him back. And South Lake's defensive back, biggest man they got is 220 in the back. There's another bad snap.
Another bad snap. He made that kick. That's incredible there. That's a heck of a play there by Roman Nelson. He had to stand up to catch that snap. Then he was going to do something else with it, and he said, well, I'll just put it back down. And he puts it down. And Zach Brown makes it.
In the half, Robinson, 32.
Well, it's their second point after.
So,
5 tries, and it's 32-0. Robinson with 20 seconds to go in the half.
Coach Grauman is going to have to go in the locker room and do a lot of redrawing here to get the South Lakes team back up.
That's an interesting thing. What does he do here? Does he say, well, let's play a good half and, give ourselves something to build on going into Jefferson here? I mean, obviously South Lake's 0-2 and barring a pretty substantial comeback heading toward 0-3, their way into the playoffs is to win the Concord District now.
Well, I think that's what he has to remind them, that so far they've played 2 ranked teams, Lake Braddock the first game, and then the Rams here. And they has to remind them that the Concord District is what they're playing all of this for. And they do have a chance to do very well in the Concord District. They can be a surprise team.
Man takes the kickoff once again. That's
Kykor Sawyer. He moves it up about 6-7 yards. But again, there's no good surge from the receiver, and the wall's forming just a little bit slowly on them. So they've got to get over there more quickly.
14 seconds till halftime.
South Lakes on their own 36.
Kordiak still quarterbacking, and Maurice Giroux still in the backfield.
And I don't think they got the playoff. I think the clock ran out. And it did. They didn't get a playoff before the first half.
That's right.
32.
So the end of the first half, the Rams 32 and the Seahawks nothing. This looks like a repeat of some of the previous games with the first half no score.
Weak statistical picture here. For South Lake, 7 total yards. It's all rushing yards by Maurice Giroux. South Lake, Kordiak is 0 of 8 passing. He's already punted 4 times. For Robinson, 13 first downs. Messon is 4 out of 7 for 53 yards. They have 155 yards rushing, 95 by Ray Sanders on 9 carries. He may well be through for the night, and they have yet to punt. We're to halftime now. South Lakes trails Robinson 32-0. We'll be back in a little bit for the second half.
Captains this year are Jamie Higgs and Amy Henry.
A lot of clean uniforms out there, and looks like certainly number 11, the new quarterback.
Nelson, he's been playing some on defense. South Lake, he puts the ball on the ground and picks it up. He's going to gain some yardage. In fact, if he keeps his feet, he's got big yardage, first down and more.
Nelson fumbles the snap, picks it up, and runs it himself.
Look, On that replay, let's take a look at that. I don't think he ever got the ball.
Gain of 9, first and 10 Rams.
Fumbled the snap, and that really threw the defense off because they had the pitch man covered. Finally, looks like he was brought down there by number 61, Eli Roman.
Up to the 48-yard line, 9 yards and a first down. So out of that play, they get 9 yards, and it's first down on the Robinson 48-yard line. Give off the first man through Herencia. He's bouncing off tacklers across midfield.
Herencia carries hit by Chad McKnight.
Chad McKnight on the tackle there. Gain of about 2, maybe 3.
Gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7 for the Rams.
2nd and 7. They move back into South Lake's territory now. I'd say that's 3-yard gain. South Lake's 49-yard line.
So far, the South Lakes defense seems to have stiffened, except for that one misplay by the quarterback.
8-man front. Second man through that time for Robinson.
Look, second man through. He gains about 3 yards. He's stopped by the linebacker McKnight.
That was Imo. About the 47, 2 more yards. It's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Coe and Belovich in on that last tackle.
About 2. 3rd and 5 for the Rams.
3rd and 5.
47-yard line of South Lakes.
We have splits to either side.
Good passing down.
They won't. They'll run
the
it.
option.
Jeffers turns the corner. First down. 1 man to beat. He's at the 30 inside the South Lake 30. That's the 29-yard line and a first down.
Yeah, he was finally brought down by number 42, Sanders, and number 21, I guess, Clay. Take a look at that. Again, the option. Keeps it. Goes inside.
First and 10 Rams on the Seahawks, 29-yard line.
An 18-yard gain. First down on the South Lake's 29-yard line.
That time they stopped the pitch man again, but the quarterback kept it. So there's again the ball on the ground and up the middle.
Again, a big play out of it all the way down to the 15-yard line. Robert Clay makes this tackle.
Nelson carries again after a bad exchange.
Looks like Nelson's best play is to drop the ball on the ground.
Robert Clay.
The ball's got to be a little slippery on the field tonight, and he has trouble there. And there again, big Robinson surge. No one able to come up and take advantage of that for South Lake.
14-yard gain.
And this is a 14-yard gain and another first down.
Seahawks 15.
Looks like number 54, Bill Hildbold, was hurt on that play. He's coming off with the trainer.
Of course, Hildbold, the son of the former McLean head coach. He's now an assistant here at Robinson. A lot of ex-head coaches on the staff here. Bill Hildbold from McLean, Greg Hamilton, who was at South Lakes at Falls Church for 4 years until last year. Now the up back here, Sorrenti again down to the 10-yard line.
Stopped by Coe and Clay.
Coe and Clay on the tackle.
5.
You got too many stops being made by your backs and linebackers in the corners. So we've got to do some more work up front. South Lakes has to stop that initial surge.
Also on the Robinson staff, Mark Bendorf, the former Chantilly head coach.
That's quite a few head coaches on one staff.
Had some more last year. Now this time he keeps in a pitch, and that is Imo, and he's going to be thrown for a loss. That loss actually in that situation will go to the quarterback if he's goofing and stat keeping to make it more fair, because he never really gets control of that ball. That loss was caused by that.
On the play,
At that time, South Lakes came in and hit the quarterback, forced him to pitch, and that's what we were talking about the first half. They've got to make it.
Nowhere in on the stop.
Make that move quickly and then seal off the end.
South Lakes, 15
3rd and 9 at the 14.
It'll be a good place for him to hold. South Lakes might get some new life if they're able to stop him.
Imo, and he's down short of the first down. He's tripped up just past the line of
carries over the left
scrimmage.
side.
Up in there by
Picked up by
McKnight.
number 51, Chad McKnight.
That makes it 4th and about 8.
Gain of about 2. 4th down.
It looks like they're going to go for it, though.
It's like a go here. You don't want to... Robinson, you don't want to score, and you want these guys to get a few more downs.
Got a new tailback in there for Robinson, number 21.
He's had 1 carry tonight. That's Kingsford Agbamil. An option, and he's going to be dragged down. Nice play in there by number 63 for Southlake.
Nelson dragged down from behind.
He's not on our program.
All right, 63, not on our program. Yes, he is. No.
He makes a great play here. You'll see he grabs him from behind, and it doesn't matter what at that point the quarterback realizes he cannot make
Takes over on down.
Well, that time the South Lakes defense was set up so that if he didn't tackle him there were 2 or 3 other people standing right in his way, so there was no way they were going to make that 4th down play that time.
The South Lakes holds and starts at its 16-yard line.
Hand off that time right straight up the gut. And ball carrier looks to be like Maurice Giroux. Maybe a yard there, Brian.
0 carries. Shot by the middle of the Robinson defensive
1
line.
yard, 2nd and 9 at the
Gain of
17.
1, make it 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 17. If they can get deep out of their territory, they may make a run at this game.
Double tight, Tower Eye. And it's the last man through. I believe that's going to be Clay. He is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. Or no, is that Clay?
Clay carry.
Clay carried, brought down in there by the linebacker, looks like 45.
By number 51.
He loses
Marco
2 yards.
And Slimgate.
And that brings up 3rd and 11 at the 15.
Loss of a yard. 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Looks like a passing situation, although Clay's going out.
Now they'll split in there wide to the far side, but not from the near side. Cordiak, draw. Last man through is that Boulware.
Yeah, yep. Boulware, but nothing going on that one, so it's 4th and actually lost a yard.
Ball play.
4th and 11.
Hit in the backfield by number 32, Pat Slimgate. 4th and 11 for the Seahawks.
Brings up Cordiak for, this is 5th punt this game, or 6th?
Cordiak back to kick.
Standing on his goal line about a yard. Young lady in
Campbell
Cordiak.
back to receive.
Good snap this time. Another low driving kick. That will be taken up and bobbled a little bit. Now he's up and running. Number 47 with the ball. Nathan Campbell.
Campbell finally brought down by Shiraz Malik. That little drop of the ball looks like it threw the defensive rush off, and he's able to get to the outside. So they're back into South Lakes territory on the 29-yard line.
3:48 to go in the 3rd quarter. 32-0. Robinson as they start here at the South Lakes 29. Reserves all over the field now for Seahawks. Run up the middle, big hole, 24 still on his feet. That's Sanders.
Sanders carries.
Sanders is brought down out there by Clay.
A lot of times you see this stage of a ball game, you'll see the starters come in and get a series because, you know, they need some work, too. In a
You
game
see it's right
situation.
straight off tackle.
12-yard gain.
Finally stopped by Giroux and Clay.
1st and 10 Rams. Seahawks 17
Butter first
yards.
down.
13-yard pickup down to the 16.
Seahawks still in their 6-man defensive line.
It also put Sanders over 100 yards for the night.
Time was a crossbuck up the
Sanders
middle.
carries over the left side. Tripped up by number 51, Chad McKnight.
McKnight tripping up Sanders.
Gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for the Rams.
2nd and 7. So
There
South
you see
Lakes
us.
South Lakes has got to stop them here again to make this ball game.
Our lofty perch and our smudged window here.
If the window was any dirtier, we couldn't see the game, right, Brian?
Right. Gain of 3 there. Now I see some movement in the line.
Yeah, that time South Lakes offsides, movement. That was
Offside against the Seahawks.
That was not the time for that.
Penalty.
5 yards is going to make it second and about 3.
That'll make it 2nd and 3.
And you got number 21 back in the tailback spot. That's Agabemel.
Agbimble.
Agbemel.
A lot of names here we haven't seen before.
Same quarterback in there.
Nelson. Now this is Agbimble, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Off the right-hand side.
Carries in for the score.
Take a look. Going on.
You see a big hole open here, a seal to the outside, a seal to the inside. Agbimble picks his way right through it there.
Right through the right-off tackle. Good block by the tackle in the end. Score now 38-0, and the exciting part of the game here, and that is whether or not the Rams can make an extra point. Nelson's holding.
Kingsford Agbimble, that's his first touchdown of the year. Zach Brown, when they get the snap and the hold down, he doesn't have any problem. 3 out of 3 when they've had good. No, he's 3 out of 4. He missed the first one. Totally on his own.
Well, the score now is 39-0, and South Lakes is looks like they're going to hold them scoreless that quarter, but
Other scores around the
getting
area.
tired out there.
At the half, DeMatha 10, Lake Braddock 0.
You folks, Lake Braddock is losing to DeMatha 10-0. I don't know that that's a surprise.
At the half.
One thing that the last time that these two teams played, South Lakes won. It was the 1991 Northern Region Finals. South Lakes won 13-12 at Woodson. The game ended. Went to overtime. South Lakes scored a touchdown, kicked the extra point. It was 13-6. Robinson came back and scored, went for 2 and missed it. Jaja Rose stood up. Mark Smith, the Robinson back, right on the goal line. South Lakes is in its one and only trip to the state tournament. Now the kickoff here taken
by Giroux, Brian.
47-yard kickoff.
And really, that's the best return South Lakes has gotten. Giroux got up a good head of steam there coming up the field. Just about 17 yards on it. South Lakes will start at its own 28-yard line. First and 10. 2:07 to go in the third quarter, and Robinson on top, 39-0.
From their own 28.
Looking down on the sidelines, it looks like Sanders may have seen his last play tonight, as well as Messing, who started as quarterback in the first half. So you're right, there's a lot of clean uniforms out there for the Rams.
It was a chance for South Lakes to do some things good and build some confidence. Kordiak running for his life, shoots a pass upfield. It's complete to Yeager. It's his first game back.
Yep, James Yeager. They've been waiting for him. Take a look here. Yeager's first game back. Kordiak rolling out to his left, shakes the tackler, and then plays it in there perfectly for Yeager, who's knocked out of bounds by number 47, Nathan Campbell.
23-yard gain. First time that South Lakes has pushed the ball across midfield all night. Easily the biggest play from scrimmage, and the first South Lakes first down. 1:34 to go in the third quarter. First down on the Robinson 49-yard line. He did a good job there of rolling and throwing over his body. He's good at that. He doesn't need that step necessarily a lot of quarterbacks need. Kordiak goes off his back foot that time. It's complete again to Yeager. And he is down to the Robinson 30. So now the two biggest plays. And
Kodiak's pass complete to Yeager.
Well, here, take a look at it.
Campbell.
you'll see again, it doesn't look like he's going to have time to get this off, and he does not get the step up to throw the pass. And Yeager right through people and catching it and spinning his way down to the 30.
Picked up a nice 8 yards after he received it. So this is the biggest positive drive the Seahawks have had. 1st and 10 on the 30, the Ram 30. Play split out here to the left.
Final minute of the third quarter now. Kodiak rolling left, shooting it across the middle. Got a man open there. It looks like number 84,
Joe
Joe
Earp.
Earp, the sophomore.
So that's 3 in a row for Kodiak. 2 rolling to his left, 1 rolling out to the right.
Campbell and Abembo on the
Down to
stop.
the 17-yard line, 13 more yards and another first down. So they're going nearly 3 quarters without a first down. They have 3 and 3 plays now.
17-yard line.
Got Clay, looks like power eye. Power eye for the Seahawks.
Kodiak, bootleg again. He'll roll right. He's looking upfield, and he's not going to get this pass off. Chase down over there.
Looks like number 51, John Markinius. That's a guess.
Earp scrambling out of the pocket, sacked by Brent Mueller.
Back at the 20 for a loss of 3.
That's the end of the quarter.
Second and 13, and that brings us to the end of the third quarter of play.
Robinson
We'll
39.
be back for the fourth quarter in just a moment. Robinson leading South Lake 39-0.
There's
Offensive possession of the night. They've driven from their 28 to the Robinson 20 at 2nd and 13. Brian Kodiak, who missed on his first 8 passes, has hit his last 3, a 23-yarder to James Yeager, a 19-yarder to Yeager, and then a 13-yarder to sophomore Joe Earp. And the Seahawks facing 2nd and 13 at the 20, just about getting ready to start the final period of play. This is the only period in its first 2 games that South Lakes has scored. It got 7 against Lake Braddock in week 1 and got 12 last week at Wakefield and a 25-12 loss.
Looks like Kodiak's getting an opportunity by rolling out to see the field a lot better with his receivers.
A quick drop, throw to the end zone, Clay, and he fought for it, and
he dropped it out
knocked
there.
away over there by number 21.
Intended for
Our man, Kingsford
broken up by number
Agnew.
21, Kingsford Abembo.
Pass was thrown all right, but it was a tough catch because he had to look over his shoulder to get it, and he had a man on him, and as soon as he touched it, why, defensive back was on him, knocking it out.
Looked like it went to the wrong shoulder.
Made it tougher. Went over his right shoulder. You're right, Brian.
Now 3rd and 13 at the 20.
Kodiak under center, rolling out.
Not going to get this one off.
Not going to get the...
I think there's going to be a flag there, but there's not. He managed to get it away. I guess Giroux's over in that neighborhood, and it looked like it was to him. Kodiak under heavy pressure, just trying to get rid of the ball and avert the sack, and I suppose keep alive the field goal. 4th and 13.
4th down.
I'm anxious to see what South Lakes will do here. Some young fans on hand here tonight at Robinson.
A lot of them down there taking a look at what, maybe that's the class of, what, 2000?
2000 and something. Isn't that scary? Local to attempt a 37-yard field goal out of the hole of Robert Clay. The kick is up and good, and South Lakes is on the scoreboard.
Vocal's been kicking, some of them in the practice, they tell us, have been going 40, 45 yards. So that was about 47, I guess.
It seems like he had plenty of leg for that as well.
Well, I guess South Lake's on the scoreboard, and may just give them the spirit that it takes to come back and although they may not win the game, but they're going to make it a game in this fourth quarter.
Come back and make a showing, give them something to remember them by.
I imagine that Coach Grumman sat them down and put everything in perspective at halftime, saying, hey, guys, next week starts the Concord District battle. They play Jefferson, and we have to learn here, but if we take momentum in the next game, why, then we've got a shot at a run for the Concord District title.
It's been a rough early season for Southlake so far. Now the hands team on the field for Robinson. They're anticipating onside kick from Boco. Our two guys deep. One of my friend, Ag Abimble.
Sanders is back.
Abimble, Boco will kick deep. Oh boy, there I am saying it when I don't even have to. Abimble at the 6-yard line. He's coming forward. He's got a hole. 30. Now he's bounced outside. He's at the 35, across the 40, the 45, and he's out of bounds on the near side of the field.
Taken out of bounds in there by number 42, Matthew Sanders.
They put it back to the 44. It's a 38-yard return for
38-yard return by Bimble.
It's a good deep kickoff. Almost puts him back to the 5-yard line.
You'll see a nice wedge develop here. He's got a nice hole to go through there, and then he chooses to bounce it outside. And that might have been the wrong choice. If he cuts inside there, takes that direct route, could have been a serious long gainer. As it is, that's settled for the 44-yard line, and the handoff is to the up back, Herencia, and he's got a big gain on another Robinson first down.
Another first down, about 12 yards up the right side. Take a look at that.
Boy, morning, noon, and night. Look at these guys. Pushing people, stealing that outside, stealing that inside. Big gain down to the 44-yard line. So 12 yards.
Again, the tackle looked like it was by number 42, Sanders.
Herencia up to 36 yards on 6 carries. First down back in Southlake's territory again.
There's a blitz, but just missing the running back, but slowed them up.
That was Imo.
Imo with the carry, and Belovich with the tackle. And looked like Kykor Sawyer, who was in the backfield there.
Stopped by Belovich.
We kind of ran past the play there, but they did disrupt it. I think.
Maybe a 2nd and 7 for the Rams.
As I said, in the first half, the only way I think South Lakes can really disrupt this is to start blitzing, getting in the backfield, and causing some trouble back there.
Now wide to either side, I formation behind Nelson, and he gives off, he keeps. Now he'll run it himself across the 40.
Keeps it, stopped in there by Belovich.
Nelson keeps it, tackled by Belovich.
And as a result of it, Belovich is on the field. It looks like he's hurt. Can't tell what he hurt.
He hurt for the Seahawks.
What do you think about that as a parent? You look down and you see that your kids are going out there to see.
Well, one of the things about it is I know that the Seahawks trainers are excellent, so they're going to take care of them. As a parent, though, I like to see him jump back up and go back on defense.
Look, we have a foot or an ankle or something there. Hard to tell from that angle. You don't want to get up on it. Can't take any weight. There's the team doctor. He's going to be able to walk himself off the field.
Yeah, he's
walking off on
whatever it is, he refuses to favor it. He's not going to show it.
He's not going to show it because he doesn't want to come out. But obviously, he's going to have to be out for a play. I would expect that he'll be back in shortly.
He's probably already mad about having to miss this play. But it's 3rd and 5 at the 39 for Robinson. 9:42 to go in the game. 39-3. Rams up.
Tailback, Kykor Sawyer, penetration into the backfield. Gets him as he gets the handoff.
Imo, he's short of the first down. He gains a yard. It'll be 4th and 4.
Initially by Chad McKnight. And
McKnight stops him. And this could be a very key play for South Lakes. 4th and 4, almost 5.
Robinson still hasn't punted in the game. Nelson has wides to either side. He gets to throw a pass here. He will. He rolls right, looking upfield. And pressure being put on him, and he shoots one. It is complete, or incomplete on the far side of the field. Intended over there for number 16, Chris Krebs. A good penetration, good pressure here by the
intended for Krebs.
Looks like
South Lakes defense. Since it has the
it
chase
was
here.
the defensive end, number 24, Philip Jeffers, forced him to throw that ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to.
For the second straight time,
39-yard line.
Seahawks have held on down to take over with 8:54 to go in the game on their own 39-yard line. That's got to give them a little confidence. 2 straight defensive stands.
That's what they need. They need the confidence knowing that what they've got going for them, they can continue on in the next game.
Kordiak rolling left. Turns upfield. Tackled there by number 50, Anthony Holencheck.
Kordiak on the keeper.
Gain is 4 yards, 2nd and 6.
Oh, we got 2nd and 6 and on about the 44-yard line. South Lakes would like to get this thing deep into the Rams territory and put another one on the board here.
Play to the near side. Now he looks like it's going to him. Got it. He's got room. He's open. He can score here. Touchdown, South Lakes.
Touchdown, Kordiak to Clay. That's the 3rd game in a row where Kordiak has hit Clay for a touchdown.
And I say he beats the man, and even though the pass is behind him here a little bit, he's got enough room on 35 there that he can still make the play and then outrun him to the end zone. Mike Fowler speed on that play. 57-yard
57-yard touchdown play for the Seahawks.
run and catch.
Will Kellogg to try the extra point.
Clay's got the speed once he gets that ball to outrun almost anybody that South Lakes has played so far.
Local tax on the PAT, and it is 39-10.
Game, Robinson 39, South
With
Lakes 10.
8:12 to go in the game. So some quick strike capability demonstrated by the South Lakes offense. And once again, late in the game, they've been able to move the ball some.
Well, I think it's be credited to the pride of the team. They want to show well, and yes, they're behind, but just one thing that Grauman instills in them, and that is that game isn't over until it's over. We might expect an onside kick.
Hands came on again. And the Seahawks are showing it. Whether they'll do it or not is another question. Down 39-10. They certainly could use the ball back.
Looks like they're going to kick a deep, though. Probably hoping that they get down there and cause a fumble deep in the Rams territory and put another score on.
Local big high kickoff again. Boy, that gets the attention of some college recruiters. That goes on in the end zone. That's a touchback. South Lakes Robinson will start 1st and 10 from its 20. 8:12 to go in the game.
Robinson on their own 20.
Leading South Lakes 39-10. Good type of thing for Robinson. They beat Centerville 19-12 the first week. Beat West Potomac 23-10 last week. Start Patriot District play next week. Get a game here where they can watch a lot of people play, evaluate a lot of personnel in case someone gets hurt. How will they fill those spots? Give off the up back. That is Herencia again.
Again, notice, Brian, that that time you got Kykor Sawyer was in the backfield, and that disrupted the Rams offense. So if South Lakes can stay back there, Maybe they can force them into another turnover on downs.
Following that last shot there, Coach Grauman's not quitting. He's doing the coaching over on the far sideline. 2nd and 7 at the 23 for the Rams. Second man through. That's the Bimble.
Emo carries.
Brought down in there by,
Timo, I'm sorry.
Stopped by
looks like
Boulware and
Lynn Coe and Kevin Boulware. Stopped him again. As I said, I was repeating myself, but for the 3rd play in a row, Kykor Sawyer has been back by the quarterback just as he's handing it off, so it's got to be disruptive.
Kind of playing with a little more reckless abandon.
I think that's it. You just got to put your ears back and go in there and start disrupting the continuity of the offense.
Now pitch wide. That's a Bimble. He's got a first down. Off the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Just a pitch out to Bimble on the around the left side of the Seahawks line.
10-yard gain. 1st and 10 Rams. The ball resting just outside their own 35-yard
10 there. First down on the 36 now. That's 20 first downs in the game for the Rams.
South Lakes jumped off sides, but got back in time. Bimble going to the outside.
Just should have stayed offsides there.
Bimble carries.
20 yards on that carry. Another first down.
1st and 10 Robinson.
Back into South Lakes territory again at the 44-yard line. Bimble up to 40 yards on 4 carries, put in an 8-yard touchdown run. High formation again. Pitch.
A pitch off of the helmet of the upback, and it's still in there. It's talk about when things are going your way. Bounced off of the upback's helmet and into the. Take a look at this. This is what you call
when it rains.
Right off of there, rains and pours. Right off his shoulder pads, actually into the tailback.
Actually, even served the double purpose of South Lakes over pursued it because of that, because it kind of knocked him back. Yeah.
I'm sure when Coach Grauman looks at these films that he's going to.
Might be a bad word said on that one there.
And
8-yard gain.
That one is number 44 or 42. That's Orencia again.
Carries over the right side, stopped by number 20, Cole.
Glenn Coe stopping him, but not until he made the first down.
First down on the 33. Clock inside of 5 minutes to go in the game now. Robinson up 39 to 10.
South Lakes wants, I know Coach Grauman wants to stop them here and take that thing deep and come up with another score to make it not only respectable from score-wise, but also to give the guys incentive starting next week.
Cross butt. Plays into the middle of the line. Robinson continues to drive up and down the field. But you can't really say that they're running up the score. They're running as direct, straight-ahead, time-consuming plays as they can. They're just trying to get out of here.
Yeah, and again, forcing the linebacker, Lenko, make that stop after 3 yards.
Of course, Coach Grauman and Coach Nick Hilgert of Robinson worked together on the Chesapeake Classic team last summer.
Up, fumbled by the tailback.
He's in big trouble now.
Big trouble. There's good pursuit by South Lakes. Looked like Kevin Boulware got there first. Take a look at that.
That's 4 fumbles that for Robinson tonight.
Right through his hands there, Brian, and then Boulware, and
all of which they've recovered. They've only lost yards on 3 plays all night, and 2 of them have been fumbles.
Now 3rd and 15, so South Lakes is heading in the other direction. obvious passing down, although they have been very successful with the option tailback.
Nelson, he gives to the up back, and that's still one of their best plays, and he's on his feet to the 30. That's Herencia.
About 5-6 yards on the carry. Looks like an old Coach Joe Gibbs philosophy, and that is when you had long yardage, run that draw play up the middle.
Gain of about 9.
Bring up 4th and 7. Herencia over the 50-yard mark. I see Darren Bell over there. Looks like he's got the. He looks like he's done for the night. The shoulder pads off.
Another 4th down play for the Rams.
This time Nelson Keats turns it up himself. He's down close. He's got the first down. He's got more. He's going to score. Touchdown, Robinson. 45-10.
Nelson shed the tackle. It looked like 5 or 6 of the South Lake defenders sneaked through for the 45th point of the game for Robinson.
This is one of those things you're talking about, guys getting tired here. You're going to see defensive end there, a linebacker there, another linebacker there, 4 guys with a really decent chance of tackling him, and they grab shirts and stuff, and they can't really wrap him up.
Right. It's after you have these big guys pounding on you the whole game, it takes its toll, causes the tackling to get less than perfect.
Aram Nelson, 30-yard touchdown run. And Zach Brown again. I think we may have a new kicker here. Let's just spread it out. It's Brown again. 2:21 to left to go in the ball game. 45-10 Robinson. And the crowd, especially on the far side over there, beginning to make its way out. You see some lights coming up in the parking lot. After game traffic jam begins.
Here comes Brown. Good snap this time. And it's good.
The liner, but it's through there, and it's 46-10.
2:21 remaining in the game. Robinson 46, South Lakes 10.
Well, 2:21 left in this game. And you're right, it looks like Darren Bell is sitting on the bench over there and won't be back in. And we haven't seen Belovich come back in the game, so I guess Coach Grauman has decided to save Buffalo.
Next week, and I'm sure everyone wants to get the next week as quickly as possible. South Lake entertains Jefferson right here on Warner Cable Sunday night, 8 o'clock our time slot. The next week, the Seahawks will be at Centerville, Dan Foglio's team. And 2 Concord District games. And the week after that, another Concord District matchup with neighbor Oakton at South Lake. Tune in for all that football action here on Warner Cable.
Lippert hot to kick for the Rams.
Got the same 3 deep people. We got Bower and Clay and Rowe.
This is the Booth. With the band, and they kick to Clay, and he bobbles it, gets that at the 10, and he is swarmed under at about the 14-yard line.
Travels 50 yards, a fumble on the stop.
That was one of those where coaches were yelling, get it before it hits the ground, but he couldn't get to it because it was one of those low liners bouncing around.
Plus, it's got to be tough on a night like this to make sure you have the grip on the ball and the grip on the footing with the wet conditions. So it's a real moist, damp night down there.
Before the game, we were walking on the field, and it was like walking on sponge. When they drop those balls, they tend to squirt around.
Probably weigh about 30 or 40 pounds now. A big old sack of ice. Now, Kordiak swings one out in the flat. Complete to Clay. One for the out of bounds, and he's very close to first down. But he's shaken up down here, playing against the 30-yard line marker, and they're pushing some Robinson players back away, and he's in a lot of pain.
Looks like
right over, and now some people coming over from the far side of the field.
Looks like he tripped over one of the camera wires.
Oh, my God.
To number 21, Clay.
There we go. Kordiak will roll off to his right. A simple little pass pattern on the flat.
Gain of about 11, first
11
down.
yards, and yep, what happened? The cameraman was there, and
That's Mike, Mike Joy there.
Mike Joy made the tackle.
He was out of bounds, but it is enough for a first down. Southlake's fifth of the game, all by the pass. Kordiak back to throw, swings it out the left side this time, and Clay takes it and goes out of bounds again. He's not going to get quite 10 this time. He's going to have about 8, it looks like.
And he's pushed out of there by Kingsford Agamo. So South Lakes is moving the ball in the fourth quarter. Kordiak passing to Clay out of the backfield.
Gain of 7. It'll be 2nd and 3 at the 32. Clock down to a minute 38 now. 46-10 Robinson here at Robinson. You see the
2nd and 3.
well, let's see another quarterback getting ready. Yes, that's Karen Messon, the starter. He's obviously not coming back.
Cooling down his arm. Got Clay.
Power eye double tight here. I don't think the ramp's going to be too full by the play fake. Here. And it is, and it's a roll out. Kordiak shoots one upfield, and it's complete. And that's sophomore Earth again. That's
his second
two
catch for
catches
the night.
him.
And about 20 yards, I guess, on that play.
He has a first down out at the 46-yard line, a 14-yard gain. And he's out of bounds with 1:29 to go.
Kordiak bringing in the play from Coach Grauman.
Seahawks ball resting just outside
We have
of 45
looks like
yards.
they're going to trips. 3 receivers on the left.
You'll see him throw to the trips here, and I don't believe they're going to let anything get on film that they do out of trips except the regular stuff. Kordiak rolling. He gets out of bounds. He's short of the first down, but a nice gain. Didn't see anything open there. And
Kordiak keeps it, runs around the
That was
left
real
side.
good
Knocked out of
pass
bounds by
coverage by
Hollencheck.
the Rams. There wasn't anything for Kordiak to throw to, but he made
Gain of 6, 2nd
good
and
6
4.
yards out of it and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
Robinson territory now. Kordiak 3 carries for 7 yards in the game. 1:19 remaining.
This is the time when the defensive line has fun and they put their ears back and start rushing the quarterback, but it's also a time they watch out for that draw play up the middle.
Play fake again, and he rolls left and shoots rolls right and shoots a pass. And they're not going to. They call that a completion. Boy, howdy. It's a weird call there, but they're going to say that Earp caught the ball and fumbled it.
I think have to take a look at that on the instant replay, but it's
Kordiak's pass.
that bad that they can't because
I'd have to say that may be one that they weren't quite accurate on.
no, he never has it.
Just outside the home.
Hit his hands, bounced up in the air, and then the man hit him, and the ball came wasn't even out of his hands by that time, out of the air onto the ground.
Not a bad deal for them statistically. Of course, they'd rather have the ball here in the last minute of the game, but they get a completion and the yardage out of it.
The
guy who agrees with us agrees with us again.
I tell you, that's right. That man is. I'm going to put his name down in my book.
Now we have a new quarterback and looks like a new running back for Robinson.
Still going to quarterback now.
Let's see who that quarterback is. That's Mark Skalko. Sophomore quarterback. A lot of new uniforms coming in there for the Rams.
And it doesn't hurt their ability to gain yards. That's 4 there. Seems like it doesn't matter who gets it. That's the up back. That's the new up back, isn't it?
Tackled,
number 40.
yeah, new up back, number 40, tackled in there by number 51. Knight, and that's the last play of the game.
46. South Lakes.
So the final score, the Rams Robinson Rams, and South Lake Seahawks 10.
So, your opinion, do you think they got the boost they needed in the last quarter? They looked a little better, you moved the ball a little bit?
I think they got confidence that they can play with these teams, although obviously they brought in some of their reserves, but South Lakes needed to keep moving, and I think the fourth quarter is going to give them that encouragement. When they face Jefferson, I believe they're going to be ready for the Concord District games.
Well, the statistics end up just about as lopsided as the score. Robinson had, looks like 23 first downs, 317 yards rushing, 111 by Ray Sanders, all but 16 of that in the first half. All their passing yards, all 53 of their passing yards in the first half, and only threw once in the second half, and it was incomplete. Seahawks, no first downs at halftime, but they end up with 6. They end up, Kordiak ends up throws 17 times, complete 7. In the second half, he threw 9 times and completed all 7 of the completions in the second half.
Next week, Robinson travels to Herndon, 7:30. Next Friday, September 30th.
148 yards passing for it.
I think what that says, Brian, is that the teams that may have been scouting tonight are going to have to be aware that South Lakes does have a passing game. And so they're going to have to watch for the passing game, and depending on whether you're Coach Grauman or whichever coach you're talking about, passing game is either going to open up the running game is going to open up the passing game.
South Lakes ends up with 2018, 17 yards rushing, 6 first downs, all by the pass. Seahawks 5 punts for 36 yards average. Of course, the big one there, the 52-yarder in the first quarter. 4 penalties for 20 yards. One penalty by Robinson on the night for 5 yards. And that's it from Robinson. We thank you for watching tonight. Final score again: the Rams beat the Seahawks 46-10. Thanks for watching Warner Cable. Good night.
Good night.